So the famine came and it hit, and he ended up forgiving his brothers and feeding them. And it's a long story about what else happened. But if you want to know the rest of the story, raise your hand. You want to know the rest of the story? Okay, go read Genesis 37 to 50. All right, you can go sit down. All right, so let's get to the message today. So we're gonna keep this in mind today later on. Okay, let's keep this in mind later on. All right, so. One of the greatest things that I've learned in leadership is 360-degree leadership, okay? 360-degree leadership. Now, what is 360 degrees? What is the shape that is 360 degrees? A circle. Okay, good. Y'all are very smart. Okay, so 360 degrees is a circle, okay? It's a circle. And a circle has 360 degrees in it, okay? And to be a 360 leader means the 360 leadership is the ability to lead anywhere within an organization, okay? All right, that's what 360 degree leadership is being able to lead anywhere within an organization, okay? So let's write this down. So whether you're the boss or not, you can still lead. Why? Because of how you think. You may not even be in charge, but you can still be the leader because you think differently. And God wants us to be able to lead anywhere at any time and with anyone, because the legitimacy of leadership is the flexibility of leadership. How flexible are you? How flexible are you? Now, I'm not talking about being flexible physically. You know, I used to have this kid in elementary school. His name was Troy, and Troy was flexible. He was splits and everything. I was like, Troy, you shouldn't be able to do that, bro. You can't be doing all that. You know, Troy was flexible. But I'm not talking about being flexible like Troy, because Troy was doing some splits. It didn't even hurt him. I was like, Troy, I can't even get down like that. But I want to talk about being flexible and how to lead anywhere within an organization, because whether you're at a job or as church or at school or in a business or in a company, there are 4 ways to lead within an organization. There are 4 ways to lead within an organization. We're going to talk real quick, and please take notes on this. Let's talk about this. Number 1 is leading up, all right? Leading up. How do you lead your boss, all right? How do you lead your boss, okay? Now, everyone in leadership has to start by leading up, okay? You have to start in leadership by leading up. This stage or level deals with how you lead the person who leads you, okay? How do you lead the person that leads you? This can be your boss, your manager, your pastor, your supervisor. It really doesn't matter. How do you lead the person that's over you or the person that's in charge of you, okay? How do you lead that person? And this could even be a parent, too, if we think about it. But how do you lead that person that's in charge of you, okay? I need you to understand that when you go to a job, your boss needs you, okay? Your boss needs you. Now, you may be thinking because you're like, I don't have a job now. But y'all about to graduate. Some of y'all about to graduate. Some of you guys are about to start getting jobs. So you need to know this stuff. And if you plan on working in the future, then you need this type of teaching right now. So I'm pretty much kind of talking today, or at this stage, to your future self, okay? So the person, your boss, he needs you at your job, okay? And he or she can't do everything by themselves. If they could do everything by themselves, they wouldn't have hired you, okay? And your boss pays you to do 3 things at your job. Your boss pays you to do 3 things. Your boss pays you to work, your boss pays you to solve, and your boss pays you to think, okay? That's the 3 things you get paid for at a job to do. You get paid to work. That means you actually have to work. You can't just go to work and not work. Okay, so I can't be on my phone. No, you got to work, okay? So you got to work. You got to go there and you got to work. You have to actually do the job, and then your boss pays you to solve. He pays you to solve problems. You need to be able to be a problem solver. And then your boss, he pays you to think. He needs you to come up with some new ideas and to help him out, all right? Now, when you're at a job, you have to understand something called power dynamics. Now, I never knew this before until my pastor taught about this in a leadership seminar before. So I'm going to steal what he said and go ahead and talk to you about this. But you have to understand the power dynamics. Now, what are power dynamics? Power dynamics is who's in charge. The boss, he's in charge, okay? The boss at a job or an organization, he has the power dynamics. He's in charge. So what he says goes, okay? What he says go. Now, you may not respect your leader's decision. You may not respect the decision that he makes, but you have to respect his authority, and you need to respect his position. Well, I don't like that he said we can't wear, I can't wear my short shorts up here. No, you a usher. What you mean? You trying to wear your short shorts? You trying to be like Potiphar's wife? You need to chill out on that. Well, I don't like what he said or what he's trying to make us do. No, you may not respect his decisions, but you have to respect his authority. Okay, so let me give you 4 principles for as you lead up, how you deal with your boss. Number 1 is you need to get to understand your boss's leadership style so you can better assist them, okay? Get to know your boss's leadership style so you can better assist them, okay? That's the first principle of leading up. Understand your boss's leadership style so you can better assist them. Get an understanding of how he works, okay? And I'm going to be saying he, but I'm not saying that women can't be bosses. That's not what I'm saying. So I'm just saying he or she, so you could put in your mind he or she. So get an understanding of how he works, okay? How does he do things? How does he like things done? What does he like and what doesn't he like, okay? Try to get to know your leader's schedule. Get to know his schedule so that you can know when to talk to him, okay? Because you don't want to ever waste his time, okay? Time is valuable to him. So get to know his mood swings also. You want to get to know his mood swings. Pay attention to his emotions, and it may not always be an appropriate time to tell him about a new idea or to ask him for a promotion. You see him in there, he's angry. Hey, Mr. Jim, I need to talk to you real quick. What do you want, Teresa? You gotta understand, you gotta understand his mood. What kind of mood is he in? There's always a time to approach him, okay? Watch how he acts. Learn his personality and his methodologies, okay? Understand your boss's leadership style so you can better assist him. Number 2, is very important. Build a friendship with your boss and anyone in the company who has influence, okay? Build a friendship with your boss and anyone in the company who has influence. People in the organization that has influence, you want to be friends with them. Be friends with your leaders. Now, I'm not talking about flirting with them or trying to have a date with them or trying to do, what Potiphar's wife tried to do. We're not, you're not going to try to sleep with them. We're not talking about mixing business with pleasure. But Kyla told me I need to make friends with you. No. You need to behave. Okay, so I'm not saying that. And I'm just saying to make friends with your boss. You want to be a go-to player, okay? Be a go-to player. If something goes wrong or if your leader needs advice, can he go to you? Can he go to you, okay? You want to be that person, okay? And you want to build a friendship with them through mutual trust. Now, make friends with people who also have influence in the organization, okay? For instance, in my church, which is, I'm an usher in my church, so, and it's a huge church. So I know I'm not gonna say I know all of the ushers. There's a lot of us there, but I know a majority of the ushers, and I know the ushers that are in charge of the ushers. I know them, and I know the deacons. And so I know them, I respect them, they respect me, and I speak to them every Sunday, or every time I'm able to see them, I speak to them. They put, a name with a face. They know, oh, that's Brother Briscoe. They know me in the church, and I make friends with the people there in the church that have influence, okay? And you have to do that. You have to make friends with people who have influence. That way you can share your ideas with them, and you can also put in your inputs to them also. And you can see how you can move the organization forward, because every relationship presents influence. So if you are friends with somebody in the organization that has influence, then that means you have influence over the influencers in the organization. That way you can start to be able to do your thing. And I'm not saying that, will manipulate or anything like that. That's not what you want to do. But if you have a new idea or there's something that you feel that needs to be done in there, he'll respect it more because you're friends with him, okay? And if you want to make friends with people, you must show yourself friendly, okay? You have to show yourself friendly. Now, I remember this one girl, she was telling me, she was like, I just don't, she was like, I don't know. She was like, I just don't like, she was like, I don't like friendly guys. And I was like, well, what's wrong with me, being friendly? She was like, I don't like no friendly guys. She was like, friendly guys to me, that's a turn off. She was like, I'm like, well, how you gonna be a preacher, and not like people? I got to like people. I have to be friendly, but you have to be like that. You have to be able to show yourself friendly. He who wants friends must show himself friendly. And the third thing is you have to know your job and do it, okay? Know your job and do it, okay? Do whatever you're asked, whatever you're told or required to do. Never complain when you're told to do something, okay? Never complain when you're told to do something. Learn to be teachable and submissive to someone who's over you. Now, also, don't ever gossip about your boss. Don't ever gossip about your to your employees or your team players about your boss. Well, I can't stand Mr. Ryan. I can't stand how he does things. Don't ever do this. I was reading this book by this girl that claims that she had a relationship with Michael Jackson, and so one of the things that she was saying in the book was that Michael Jackson didn't allow anybody that was on his team to have each other's phone numbers. He did not want anybody on the team to have each other's phone numbers because he did not want them gossiping about him. Now, nor am I not saying that, the people on the team can't have each other's phone numbers. That's not what I'm saying. But you need to be able to respect your boss and don't gossip about him. Don't do that, because if you do that, you look really immature, and it can also hurt his feelings. Your boss has feelings also. You may see him with a title, but he has feelings. And so you have to help your boss whenever he needs something. Whenever he needs help or whatever he needs done, help him. Be an asset, not a liability. And do not give him crappy work. Do your best, okay? Serve your boss like you are the boss. That's what Joseph did. Joseph was serving the people like he was a boss. He was doing some top dog lifting even when he wasn't the boss, okay? So use your expertise and your skills to lead your boss and the rest of the team into a progressive move, okay? And don't just come to your boss with problems, but also come to him with solutions also for the problems, okay? And don't make your boss regret paying you. Let him know that he made the right decision in choosing and recruiting and hiring you, okay? And then the fourth thing, this is the last one, is to inspire, motivate, and pray for your boss, okay? Write it down. Inspire, motivate, and pray for your boss, okay? Leadership can be discouraging. So let your leader know how much he means to you and how much you appreciate him. Let him know how much it means how much it means to you having this opportunity to follow his leadership, okay? Encourage him and spend time praying for him. Pray for his protection, pray for his strength, his family, his passion, and even for his vision, okay? Leading up on this area, we're talking about leading up. Leading up is all about being an effective employee. That's it. That's all what it's about. It's lightening your leader's load and making his job more enjoyable, okay? So let him be glad that he has you on his team, okay? So we want to lead your boss and lead your leader into peace and productivity. And the second thing is leading sideways, okay? So we talked about leading up, but now we're going to talk about leading sideways for a minute. Now, leading sideways is how do you lead your peers, okay? How do you lead people that's on your level? So it's basically like how you lead, your employees or your co-workers, not your employees, your co-workers, or the people that are on your level, the people that's on your team. How do you lead them? Whether or not you're able to deal with or work with a team determines your effectiveness, okay? Whether or not you're able to work with a team determines your effectiveness. Now, here is an acronym for team. Teamwork is team. Together, everyone achieves more, okay? Through team, everyone are able to accomplish more. We're able to achieve more when we're all working together. Now, if you cannot work well with others, then you don't qualify to be a leader. If you don't know how to work with people, you don't qualify to be a leader. Now, here are some principles or ways to be an effective team player. You need to play your role, okay? Play your role, all right? If you're a team player, you gotta learn how to play your role. You gotta get rid of offense, and you gotta start learning how to forgive people too. Because there's gonna be some people on the team that upset you, but then we gotta also respect each other. And then another thing is don't withhold information. Don't withhold any information from people. And then you also want to involve the whole team in brainstorming and in decision making. Don't just make decisions on your own. You want to make sure that the whole team is involved. And then you also want to know, and I know this is kind of cliche, but you got to know that teamwork, it really does make the dream work, okay? We have to understand that. And so everything should be done with the team. Now, a lot of people think when we come here in Unashamed that all you do is just come up here and you just teach. There's nothing that goes on into the planning and the structure. But this is a lot of stuff that goes into Unashamed. Now, you don't have to write this down, but it's a lot of stuff behind the scenes because a lot of people, they want to be up here and teaching, but you don't know all the stuff that goes into it. We have a conference call and the day before email. There's a service flow. We have to plan how the meeting will go. We have to, figure out announcements, the word of the day. sermon preparation. The speaker has to write and prepare and pray about his message. You know, you have to purchase snacks and drinks. We have an unashamed prayer, so we have to pray for a successful meeting. There's invitation. We got to invite new people and old people to come back. We have to send out reminders, print out notes and survey cards, assign roles, who's doing what. We have to do visual and audio. Somebody has to be, you know, work the intro video, work PowerPoint, record meetings, YouTube Live, all that type of stuff. We have to do volunteer positions. And then, you know, altar call, if anybody comes in here and they need to give the